It's really the center of the judicial system universe that everybody interacts with and everybody relies on.
No one should ever question who you voted for, nor does anyone know how you voted. And that is paramount to our process and our democracy as we have today.
Everything that is done in the civil proceeding or criminal proceeding is contained in that record, and we turn to it every day.
Court records, property deeds, marriage licenses, election results, historic documents. Public records basic to local government and commerce. They tell the history of Jefferson Parish and the people, and citizens can access these records and documents with the help of the Jefferson Parish Clerk of Court.
Our motto is public servants serving the public. As Jefferson Parish Clerk of Court, my staff and I proudly assist the citizens of Jefferson Parish daily in matters that affect their lives.
Your Clerk of Court is an independently elected constitutional official committed to serving the community by preserving the public record, administering the court, elections, and land title systems, and providing technical and professional services to the citizens of Jefferson Parish. The scope of the clerk's duties has evolved since 1879, when the Louisiana Constitution established the position as we know it today. Since then, Jefferson Parish has been served by only 12 clerks of court. The volume of the records filed with the clerk grew enormously due to increased population and expanded commercial activity after World War II. Once, the office served a single judge. Now, it assists 26 judges and commissioners. The ever-increasing need for storage space has led to the digitization of the public record and court processes. Today, the clerk's office is well on its way to establishing a virtual, paperless court. A main aspect of the public record is the parish's mortgage and property deeds documents, and the clerk of court makes them available to the public.
It's very important that the public have access to the clerk of court's record. Okay. For example, if a person needs a copy of a survey or a piece of property, that person can go to the Mortgages and Conveyance office and request a copy. Once that's pulled up, the person prints it, a copy is made, and it only costs you 50 cents. John Gegenheimer has made it easily accessible, which is an important part of transparency in government.
Sales and mortgages of real estate is the basis of our economy, and the ability to prove ownership is the foundation of our commercial system. The Jefferson Parish Clerk of Court has made all land and court records available through JeffNet. This anywhere, anytime access eliminates delays in researching titles and saves citizens significant amount of closing costs.
The preservation of court and historic documents, election results, real estate records, and commercial transactions is perhaps the clerk of court's most important duty. Economic development, commerce, and indeed our quality of life depend on an accurate, secure public record. The clerk uses archival quality techniques and standards to preserve and store our community's history, archiving historic records dating back to 1825.
I come to the clerk of court about 4 to 5 times a week depending on what I'm doing. I'm a paralegal for the Carver Darden Law Firm, which requires me to file different documents from new suits to subpoenas and judgments to the mortgage division. I've been doing this for about 6 years. My experience has been great. They're helpful. They provide me with any answers to the questions that I have and the services that I need. It's important that public records are made available to the public through the clerk of court, being that a lot of the information that's contained in them wouldn't be able to be found without them. And it's very important that they maintain those records because you never know what you're going to need or when you'll need it.
The bottom line is that justice can't be served, business transactions can't take place, and real estate can't be transferred without an efficient clerk of court as well as that of his staff.
Jefferson's Clerk of Court has converted over 48 million pages of documents to an efficient, secure electronic format that shields records from fire, rain, flood, wind, theft, forgery, unauthorized changes, and vandalism.
It's quite notable that nothing happened to the public record during or after Katrina. At all times, even during the height of the storm, the record was there, digitally available for inspection and perusal by anybody who had access to a computer. The electronic storage of documents allows for instantaneous access by the public. It assures preservation of the documents, keeps them safe from hazard, such as storm, fire, vandalism, theft, what have you, forgery even. And it allows the instantaneous transfer of information among government agencies, and in that way it enhances the judicial system.
The Clerk of Court services or works in conjunction with the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office in many ways. The civil side in dealing with foreclosures and judicial process and things of that nature is incredibly important. On the criminal side of the office, it plays an equally important role in the preservation of criminal records.
Administering the jury system is also a vital service of the Clerk of Court.
Jury service is an essential component of the justice system. The Clerk of Court has the duty to the citizen to inconvenience that person as little as possible. We went to the legislature back in 1990 with a proposed law which would mandate one day, one trial jury service in Jefferson Parish. And what that law does is allow service of one day, and usually it's just a fraction of a day, or one trial if the person who is summoned to jury duty is actually selected as a juror. So we call it the one day, one trial jury service requirement.
The Jefferson Parish Clerk of Court also established an online excusal request system and has made it easier for citizens aged 70 and older to claim their constitutionally guaranteed exemption. Today, the jury experience in Jefferson Parish is unlike any other in the nation.
The clerk has provided a very open and spacious and well-lit room. They've got internet access, television to watch, and refreshments to consume while they wait. The clerk's office is essential to the orderly operation of the court and the legal system as a whole. Every day, the clerk and his staff use their technical and professional expertise to help citizens interact with the courts, record deeds and mortgages, serve as jurors, and apply for marriage licenses and passports. Our courts can't function without a competent, efficient, and impartial clerk's office. In fact, the clerk is the vital link between the parish's court system and our citizens.
The Clerk of Court is also the parish's chief elections officer. He and his team train election commissioners, tabulate and certify election results, and maintain the integrity of the electoral process.
The electoral process is the cornerstone of our democracy, and it's based on the integrity and the competency of the clerks of court to make that happen. As Louisiana's Secretary of State, I work very closely with all the clerks of courts in Louisiana to make sure that the integrity and the process of the elections is handled very effectively and efficiently.
Everyday life is impacted by the activities of the clerk's office, whether overseeing jury service, partnering with the court system, or recording and preserving crucial public documents. The Jefferson Parish Clerk of Court is committed to being a public servant serving the public.
I saw that my first obligation and is to serve the people of Jefferson Parish. Out of that, you get a sense of personal satisfaction and pride in being a public servant.